Stormwater. We all know what it is. It's rain, right? But where does it go? First of all, we need to establish that stormwater is not a problem. It's a vital part of any forest ecosystem. 40% of it is captured in the forest canopy. Needles evolved especially to let water drip down slowly and absorb into the groundwater. The rest of it accumulates naturally in streams and rivers, except in cities with a lot of impervious surface area. Take Seattle, for instance. It's a normal rainy day, and that means stormwater. But this stormwater isn't going to absorb into the ground like it does in the forest. This stormwater is going to gather pollutants. And that's where the problem arises. Polluted stormwater that runs off very quickly. How did we get here? Here's Seattle in 1851. We're a working, healthy forest ecosystem. We absorb all of our stormwater. Here's Seattle in 2015. We clearly have a problem. The water cycle, we've all seen it a million times. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, infiltration. Put a city on top, and we have a problem. All of our ecological systems are interrupted. And if our ecological systems are interrupted, then what can possibly be happening to our economic systems? The Puget Sound alone annually generates 71% of all jobs in Washington state, 77% of our total income, $28 billion in container traffic, $9.5 billion through our 76 parks, $86 million in shellfish harvest, and $61 million in fishing. We have an emergency. And this is an emergency of 1,000 cuts, meaning that there's 1,000 little pieces that are all adding up. The Puget Sound starts here. Oil drip, acid rain, copper brake pad lining, all from your car. The Puget Sound starts here in your driveway where you're washing the soap and grime off of your car directly into the Puget Sound. The Puget Sound starts here with your dad mowing the lawn, trying to make it a little bit greener, and he's using fertilizers. Those fertilizers and pollutants add up. Nitrogen and phosphorus can create algae blooms, which block sunlight, decrease levels of dissolved oxygen, and they suffocate fish. This weakens the entire ecosystem. The Puget Sound starts with dog poop. There's 125,000 dogs in Seattle alone. That means 15,000 pounds of poop per day. 1 gram of poop the size of a pea is equivalent to 23 million fecal coliform bacteria. The Puget Sound starts with flooding, which erodes soil, and streams overload with sediment. The stream life then suffocates. This plastic water bottle is never going to biodegrade. It may solar degrade, but only into its smallest polymers. Fish aren't going to check whether or not they're eating plankton or plastic. And this quickly moves up the food chain. So one more question. What happens when stormwater pipes are combined with wastewater pipes? On a normal day in Seattle, this isn't a problem. Our sewage goes down one side, and it goes into the treatment plant, and there's no water to overflow or to combine with the sewage. But on a day with heavy rain, there's a problem, because the systems combine, and the increased level of water in the system causes it to overflow, meaning that not only your stormwater is going into the Puget Sound, but so is your wastewater. The worst part? Salmon return to spawn in the fall, exactly when the first heavy rains wash the summer buildup of the worst toxins into our streams, rivers, lakes, and the Puget Sound. Thank you.